Hello friends, welcome to the today's session. In today's session, we will be starting with our first lecture of the our second paper, that is nothing but heat and thermodynamics. Heat and thermodynamics. In today's session, what we will be doing, we will be discussing some of the basic terminology which are required to discuss the whole content of this course. So in this one today we will be starting with the first topic, that is nothing but the thermodynamics. So before actually discussing this topic of thermodynamics, let me give you some of the examples. Nowadays we are using so different kinds of machines. For example, we are using a petrol engines, we are using a diesel engines. Okay, so how these engines were prepared, that we will be discussing in the latter part of this course. Okay, but before that one, in order to understand such a kind of different types of engines, we will be require certain basic terminology. First of all, we will be discussing that terminology in the first topic, that is nothing but the fundamentals of thermodynamics. Okay, and then we'll on latter stage we will discuss this, what is Carnot cycle, then what is the petrol engine, what is diesel engine, how its efficiency can be calculated. By considering the basics of the thermodynamics, we'll discuss those things. Okay, so in today's session, what I'll be doing, in today's session I'll be discussing what is thermodynamics, what are the basic requirements are there for to study a basic physics thermodynamics or classical thermodynamics. Okay, so let us start with the first term, that is nothing but the thermodynamics. So if you consider the term thermodynamics, it can be broken into two parts, that is nothing but the thermo and dynamics. Okay, so this word is derived from the two words, that is thermo and dynamics. Okay, it is thermo and dynamics. So what is this thermo? Thermo means it is a heat. Thermo means it is heat. Okay, so it is a dynamics, or dynamics we call it as a study of motion of an object. Okay, so how heat is moving, okay, or how heat is transferred, okay, from one medium or from one object to the another object, that we'll be studying in this course. Okay, and this term, that is called as the thermodynamics. So what is thermodynamics? It is a basic science, or it is a science branch of science in which how heat is transferred from one object to the another object, it is studied, that is called as a thermodynamics. Okay, so you can say that thermodynamics is nothing but it is a branch of science. Okay, the branch of science branch of science which deals with study of the study of transfer of heat from one form into another form. It may be mechanical form or electrical form. Okay, so this type of conversion, that is called as a thermodynamics, the branch of science which deals with the study of transfer of heat from one form into another form, is called as thermodynamics. Okay, so that is the first definition which we have to consider. Okay, so it is a branch of science which deals with the study of transfer of one form of heat into the another form of the heat. Now let us consider that we have to study some thermodynamical property of the some object. Okay, so in the language of thermodynamics, the property which we are studying, for that purpose we have to consider some kind of an object. Okay, so there are some basic terminology is there. So the part of the universe which we are considering under a thermodynamic study, that is called as a system. So basically three different things are there. One is system, then second thing is that is called as a surrounding. Okay, second system, second part you can say that is surrounding. So what is system and surrounding, or what is boundary, that we will discuss. Any part which is under a study of a thermodynamics, that is called as a system. Any part of the universe which we are studying under a thermodynamics, that is called as a system. Okay, and anything which is outside the system in the universe, that is called as a surrounding. Okay, and the region which is separating system and surrounding, that is called as a boundary in the thermodynamics. Okay, so what is system? The any portion of the universe, any portion which is under any portion which is under the study of thermodynamics, which is under the study of thermodynamics, is called system, as system. Okay, so any part of the universe which is under a study of thermodynamics, that is called as a system. Okay, and the part which is beyond the system, that is called as a surrounding. The rest part other than system is called surrounding. So basically, so two different things will be there which will be coming in our discussion. One is called as system and another is called as the surrounding. Suppose let us say I am considering an example of, let us say this is a container in which I am keeping some gas. For example, it is having a gas. Okay, so the gas which is enclosed in this container, that is my system. Which may be kept at a certain temperature, or it is having a certain volume or certain pressure. Okay, that is a system which I am considering for a thermodynamic study, and the portion beyond this, that is called as a surrounding, and the region which is separating, this is my surrounding, I can say, and the part, this is my system, and the region I am talking about, this boundary. Okay, this region which is beyond this system and surrounding, or which is separating this system and surrounding, that is called as a thermodynamic boundary. So you have a third quantity, that is nothing but the boundary. Third quantity, it is there, thermodynamic boundary. So what is thermodynamic boundary? It is a part, or it is a region which is separating system from its surrounding. Okay, the region separating system from its surrounding, okay, from its surrounding. So that is called as, from surrounding is called a boundary, Okay, so these are the three basic elements are there which will be requiring each time while discussing any thermodynamic part for the discussion. Okay, now there are different types of systems are there. Okay, there are different types of systems are there. What are those different kinds of systems are there, that we need to discuss now. Basically, there are three types of systems. One is called as the open system, second one is called as a closed system, and third one is called as a isolated system. So first of all, we'll discuss that one, then we will go to the laws of thermodynamics. Okay, so let us start with the different types of the system. Okay, so what are the different types of system? So we'll consider the first type of the system, that is called as a open system. Okay, first type of system, it is called as a open system. Then second type of system, that is called as a closed system. Second type of system that is called as closed system, and the third type of the system that is called as a isolated system. Third type of system that is called as a isolated system. Okay, so we'll be discussing these three types. Okay, so now for these different types of systems, let us consider three different examples. Okay, let us consider that I'm having a one container. Okay, let us consider there is a one container in which I have kept a boiling water. Okay, so there is a boiling water. Okay, there is a boiling water. Well, let us say water vapors are coming in this fashion from this one. Okay, so this is the one container which is having a boiling water. Okay, in second case, let us consider that this boiling water, it is covered with a lid. Okay, but the lid which I am considering for this to cover this liquid or to cover this water, it is a conducting lid. Okay, so obviously this water will be having water vapors might be coming out of this one. Okay, as it is coming, this water vapor will come up to this one, and this will lose some temperature to this container. And let us consider the third example. Okay, I'm having a boiling water kept in a thermos flask. Okay, boiling water kept in a thermos flask. Let us consider that this is a thermos flask. Okay, let us consider that this is a thermos flask which is not in contact with the surrounding. Okay, which is not in contact. These are the diathermous walls are there. Okay, which are providing this water to lose heat from its own to the surrounding. Okay, so though water vapors are coming, so it may go up to this point, but they are not losing any point of any amount of heat to the surrounding. Okay, so now these three different examples are there. Okay, now if I consider that if any kind of liquid is there, okay, any kind of liquid is there, it is having certain amount of mass. Okay, so it is having a matter. Okay, it possesses some amount of volume, so it is having a certain amount of matter or mass in it. Okay, and also it is having some amount of heat content in it. Okay, it is having certain amount of heat content, or let us say energy. Okay, heat content or energy, both are the similar kind of quantity. We'll be discussing it in the detail in the coming lectures. Okay, so there is a matter and there is a heat or energy is there. Okay, now if you consider in this type of a system, what happens in this type of a system? If I'm heating this one, if I'm heating this container, the water vapors will come out and it may go outside this container. Okay, so if I keep a hand on above this container, I'll sense some temperature which is coming out of this, or some water vapors will condense on my hand. Okay, so it means that it is exchanging matter with the surrounding. So this is my surrounding, the portion which is beyond this one, it is my surrounding. So in this type of system, it is exchanging matter as well as it is losing some amount of heat, so it is exchanging energy also with the surrounding. Okay, so the system which is exchanging matter always as well as energy or heat with the surrounding, such a kind of system is called as the open system. Okay, so let me tell you once again, the system which exchange a matter as well as energy with the surrounding, that is called as a open system. Now if you consider this example, in this case what it is happening is that though water vapors are not going outside, but as this is a conducting, so the temperature of this outermost surface, it will be little bit higher, so it is not exchanging a matter with the surrounding, but it is exchanging a heat or energy with the surrounding. Okay, such a kind of systems are called as a closed system. Okay, the systems which are exchanging only energy but not matter with the surrounding, such a kind of systems are called as a closed system. Okay, and in the final state, what we will be considering, it is the boiling water kept in a thermos flask. It is not in contact with the surrounding, so it is not exchanging matter as well as it is not exchanging energy with the surrounding. Okay, so such a kind of system is called as a isolated system. Okay, considering that this experiment we are performing for a very short time. Okay, so such a kind of system is called as a isolated system. So we have prepared the three definitions. First one is the system in which matter as well as energy can be exchanged with the surrounding. Such a kind of system is called as open system, and the system in which only matter, only energy can be exchanged with the surrounding but not matter, that is called as a closed system. And the system in which neither matter nor energy is exchanged with the surrounding, that is called as a isolated system. Okay, so these were the three different types of systems were there, and we know that as I'm having this container, so it is having certain pressure, it is kept at certain pressure, it is kept at certain volume, and let us say it is having a certain temperature. Okay, so what is this pressure, volume and temperature? These are nothing but the state variables, or we can say that it is a thermodynamic state which is described by this variable. Okay, so pressure, volume, temperature, number of moles, okay, these are the different parameters are there which will be requiring to describe any thermodynamical state. So these kinds of variables are called as a state variables or thermodynamic variables. Okay, so we'll be using this term in our coming sessions. Okay, so now we will move ahead with the our next topic, that is nothing but the zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, zeroth law of thermodynamics. So next topic it is there, that is zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. Zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now, what is this zeroth law of thermodynamics? You might have heard about the in your lower classes you might have heard about the first law of thermodynamics is there, the second law of thermodynamics is there. But what is this zeroth law of thermodynamics? Okay, as we know that our counting starts from number 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay, so you have a first law, then second law, and then third law. In similar case, you have Newton's first law, second law, third law. We had seen in our earlier lecture. Okay, but here in this case it is a zeroth law. What is the, is there any problem in terminology or nomenclature? No, the problem is that initially the first law of thermodynamics was proposed. Okay, initially the first law of thermodynamics was proposed, and later on this law was proposed by the scientist, and due to that one, in order to preserve the nomenclature which was given, so before 1 at 0 comes, so people gave name as a zeroth law of thermodynamics because it is a basic for the first law of thermodynamics. Okay, so there is no as such different significance is there in the name of this law, but it is as it was proposed after the first law of thermodynamics. So in order to have a continuity, people gave it name as a zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, so now what is this zeroth law of thermodynamics? Now we will discuss this zeroth law of thermodynamics. Now for to consider this zeroth law of thermodynamics, let us consider an example of three systems are there. Okay, let us consider this system is there. Let us consider this system is there, and in this one we have a three compartments. Let us say this is compartment A, this compartment B, and this is compartment number C. Okay, and these two compartments, okay, these two compartments, okay, are in such a way that this A and B are thermally insulated or isolated. This compartment A and B, they are thermally insulated. These are thermally insulated, so they are not in they are not exchanging heat. They are not exchanging heat, but A can exchange heat with the C, and C can exchange heat with B. Okay. See, there are three systems are there, three compartments are there. Compartment A, the peoples which are there in the object which is there in the compartment A, it is in thermal equilibrium with the compartment object which is there in compartment C. The object in the compartment B is in thermal equilibrium with the compartment object in the compartment in C. Okay, so what happens, as A and C are in thermal equilibrium, B and C are in thermal equilibrium, what zeroth law of thermodynamics says that if A is in thermal equilibrium with the B, if A is in thermal equilibrium with B and B is in thermal equilibrium with C, if B is in thermal equilibrium with C, this implies A is in thermal equilibrium with the B. Okay, what does it say? A is in thermal equilibrium with the A is in thermal equilibrium with C, B is in thermal equilibrium with the C, and if it is there, A is in thermal equilibrium with C, B is in thermal equilibrium with C, then A is in thermal equilibrium with B, though they are not connected to each other. That was the significance of the zeroth law of thermodynamics. So we can state this if in this fashion: if three or more, if three or systems are in thermal contact, each to each by, if three or more systems are in thermal contact by means of diathermal and all are in thermal equilibrium together, then any two systems taken separately are in thermal equilibrium with one another. Okay, so that is a zeroth law of thermodynamics. Okay, if three or more systems are in thermal contact each to each by means of diathermal walls and all are in thermal equilibrium together, then any two systems separately are in thermal equilibrium with one another. Okay, so this was about some of the basic terminologies which were required to study this heat and thermodynamics course. Okay, I hope you have understood this. What is open system, what is closed system, isolated system, what is system surrounding, what is this thermodynamics, and obviously the zeroth law of thermodynamics. In coming lecture, we will be discussing what are the different thermodynamic processes are there, what is first law of thermodynamics. Okay, we'll stop here for the today's session. Thank you so much.